where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit backs. Into the space that I'm in. They call me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my voice mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spot, girl, I bet you I'ma blow up. Just put my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verses thinking in us, man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use the Decepticons. Fake rappers to retreat like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheeky. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Grants, get defeated. Hop in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole team's an A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man, Dre Mac, coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up. Because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And I'm going to talk about the Eyes of Wakanda review. Was it a hit or was it a letdown? And I wanted to do this over the weekend, but unfortunately, I was in the bed damn near the majority of the weekend. Just not feeling good. So I am up today. You can kind of see it in the background. I got some thoughts on Eyes of Wakanda. The good, the bad, and the ugly of this show. Because there is some good, there is some bad, and especially when it comes to lore. What Christopher Priest has done and what Reginald Hudlin did, and it's just okay. Let me get into it. Because I ain't going to make this sound like it's bad, but I'm going to just get into it. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan React channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating hating on my energy. I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
Oh my God, y'all could probably hear it in my voice. Come on now, camera. Come on now. Focus on me. Focus on the forehead. There we go. There we go. Gotta focus on all this dome up top. Let me see who was all in here first, and then we're gonna get into Eyes of Wakanda and just what I think. I'm not gonna go scene to scene breakdown. I'm not gonna do that. Normally I'll do that if I was reacting to every single episode, all 4 episodes. I'm just gonna give you kind of my thoughts on each episode, the highlights, the lowlights, and then just talk about the overall lore and kind of get to that in here. But most definitely, if you're watching this on the replay, put in the comment section what you guys think about this series. Did you like it? Did you like it as a Black Panther fan? Tell me kind of what you think. Put it in the comments. Of course, chat, do your thing. Chat, ball out. But please put it in the comment section what you guys think. So I want to have a conversation about this. But before that, Marley Moore, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's another beautiful day in Wakanda. I'm over here as a moon day today. You know what I mean? Groovy Fee, good to see you up in here, fam. I ain't see you up here in a minute. It's good to see you. Junior Network, of course, as always. Good morning, good morning. My man Tori and Rain Reloaded. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Enrique, good morning, good morning, good morning. Roberta, the church auntie, good morning. Y'all already know what to do. Get them likes up before she pull out the shoe. Pull out that flip-flop or the chakra. You know what I mean? Tina, a.k.a. Minty Guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kiana, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for checking on me, too. I wanted to tell you that. But I've been asleep all day. All day yesterday I slept. Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning, good morning. Andre Ware, my God, good morning, good morning. Kendall Jordan, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nice to see you up in here. My girl, Mika G is up in the house. Of course, she hit her goal of 200 subscribers. Now she's at 213. But make sure that y'all still checking her out. She had a really good one about because tonight I haven't made the thumbnail yet, and I will be on there early. Trust me. But we're going to talk about why we're excited about weapons. And is the hype legit? That's going to be one of our subjects. Besides Spider-Man news and all of that, we're going to have to talk about weapons because I think we're all kind of anxious to see that. I know I am. I know Mika G is. Hopefully Blue is. That just looks nuts. So, we might talk about that. Sharita's up in the house. Hey, Sharita. Sharita checked on me too. Appreciate you. King Mo, my God. Make sure that y'all guys are checking out Popcorn in Your Beer with Mo, Mika G, Rashad, Duke, Big Ken. That's who I keep missing. Big old Ken. I gotta miss that brother. That brother is the size of Godzilla. So make sure you're checking out Popcorn in Your Beer. Dudes always been handling their business, been rocking with them for the past couple of years. They are in the description of the channels I rock with, so make sure to check them out. You know what I'm saying? Judah Vision, good morning, good morning, good morning. You said got the many fresh drums. Yeah, I wish I still had that track so I could edit the vocals. Why Art, good morning, good morning. He said the animation looks ugly. Robert D, the admin, is up here. Good morning. Make sure to get the likes up. Get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Erica D, aka, excuse me, y'all. She loves fantasy is up in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I told you about Fantastic Four. Erica D, you said the same thing I said. The first 30 minutes is yikes. It picks up. That first 30 minutes is, man, I gotta watch it. That's for me though. Princetta, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully you are feeling better. You have most definitely been in my prayers So good morning to you, Kevin H. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The Council of Tones is up here. Good morning. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, Torian. It's always Jermaine's fault. Good morning, good morning. I am yeah, I am jacked. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am jacked up. I like the show, especially episode 4. All right, all right. Um, I am trying to. I am trying to. Um, Let me see. Brother Star, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wavy Thames, good morning, good morning, good morning. Jay Ward, good morning, good morning. Was also Wakanda any fun? I'm mad that you said it like that. uh not hey Judah Vision, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It shows us might go a long way to means faithful relationships and love to stay on the mission. It's a cool way to make Wakanda seem untrustworthy. I mean, this show actually connects to conversations that was said in the first Black Panther movie. So, and I'm gonna get into that too. Some things that ties in to the first Black Panther. But I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna get into it. Justice, no, good morning, good morning, good morning. And before we get into it, it's nice to see you, of course, as always, Justice. No, we got to shout out the crew. This is a brand new month, so I will be updating this soon. But if you are not a part of the crew, so you're $2.99 a month, all you got to do is hit the join button to join. Subscribe and be a part of the crew. You most definitely get shout outs, priority messages. And anytime that I drop a video, you most definitely get to watch it first. So let me shout out the crew because y'all so magnificent. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mac and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right, all right, all right. And again, shout out to every single crew member that is on that list, man. I swear, what is going on? I hold up. But I swear, without you guys, man, I don't know how much this channel will grow as much as it has. What is going on with my jeez. There we go. There we go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. So let me get into kind of this story in let me see if I can start this off right. So let me just give you a brief overview on this story. This story, Eyes of Wakanda, actually tells the story of the Hatu Sarazi. Which, again, the Hatu Sarazi, if you don't know in the Black Panther lore, that was actually created when, when Christopher Priest took over the run in Volume 3 of Black Panther. They are the basically the war dogs, the secret spies that go off across the countries, across different countries and different continents or whatever as spies. In the comics and the comic lore, the Dora Milaje was the female guard to Wakanda, and the Hatu Sarazi was the male spies that went off across the across different continents or whatever, as spies. So they kind of tell this story, and them recovering the artifacts that has either been stolen or placed in the wrong hands, and they have to get that article back. So that's kind of where this story is at and where we start off in this story. Um, the first episode of this story is about a former war dog, a former Hatu Zarazi that has taken some artifacts back with him. He's created, instead of Black Panther, he is the lion. So, of course, he has artifacts that has been stolen, and it took a spy to go back to defeat him to get back said artifacts. One of those artifacts inside of there, we've already seen in Black Panther. And it was in this one, I think that was like 1400 BC. But the hammer that we see in the first Black Panther movie that Killmonger and Claw stole in the museum, that is where that artifact comes from. So we see that. We also see a necklace that he was worn that was made out of vibranium that goes into I believe the second episode where you see that, and now that's in the hands of the Grecians during the battle of Troy with Achilles. You know what I mean? And the Wakandans so happened to give Achilles another that name for real. You know what I mean? And that episode started off really slow, but then once it got to ramping up, that was actually a really good ending. You know what I'm saying? Very slow at the beginning, but really good ending in the back. The third episode introduced the first ever female Iron Fist. Now, there is a female Iron Fist that was introduced in the comics way later in the comics. But this introduces a new one, and the war dog goes in, infiltrates China, befriends this young woman, goes back, gets the artifact, takes it back, but did not know that for one, she was the Iron Fist, for two, she was on the ship, and number three, that she can fight like that. So that was to me. The third episode was the best. It was fun, very fun episode. The guy was very charismatic and everything. And then we go into the last episode, which introduces the last Black Panther, which Anika Rose from The Princess and the Frog actually voices that character, but it starts with a young prince of Wakanda. He is the third son, so he's not going to be the king of Wakanda. But he is on a mission to be a war dog, kind of similar to what we've seen in the first Black Panther movie with the Black Panther movie lore, with Killmonger's father being a Hatu Sarazi in his own right. So he goes on a mission. This particular Black Panther goes into the future. You know what I mean? Basically goes into the past, but she's from the future. You know what I'm saying? I need that artifact lost because it sets the motions up, and it sets up T'Challa open up the border, open up the world to Wakanda, whatever. So we're dealing with time travel in here. We're dealing with T'Challa. So the artifact is back lost. So the events of Black Panther can happen. Of course, at the end of the episode, you see Killmonger looking at the artifact that sets the events in motion to the first Black Panther movie. Now, let me see. Let me get to some of you guys's for those who are newer here, and I think I got a super chat. So if my voice is bad, I do apologize. I tried my damnness to get some rest this weekend. I tried. It didn't work. I tried. I slept and slept and slept. Brother Star, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. He's like, you get out about the weapons. Wavy Things, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Did I miss somebody? Let me see. Okay. I think Jay Ward, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Persetta with the 199 super chat. Blessed to you. Body is slowly healing. I am glad to hear that. As long as we got healing, That's what I got. That's what I want. I want to hear. So since you over here healing, we gonna be.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
You wanna be my enemy.
And I truly appreciate you, Prince Seta. Even with you feeling a little achy in your body, we already know that the Most High is gonna give you healing. So I'm not even worried about it. Sister Kane, what up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. D Stizzle, what's up? What's up? What's up? Um, yes, yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Heimdall Seer. Uh, he said, if you know anything about Black Lore in this show, it's disappointing. Okay, so so let me tell you what I liked about this show. I know some people are not gonna like the actual art, but I love the art in this. It reminded me of the new Predator uh, show that came out. That aesthetic is unique. It made a lot of the animation flow. You felt, especially when it comes to animation, animation is supposed to be expressive, and it is, but it's not so expressive that it gets quote unquote cartoony, like where it gets the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, lines of cartoony is what I mean. The animation to me and the music stand out. There is some excellent scenery that they show in here. When they're in China, they show excellent scenery in here. When you see Wakanda, when you come in from Wakanda, you see excellent scenery in there. Azelle Ray, beautiful color. One thing about Disney, just like Warner Brothers, we can talk crap on whatever, but one thing you can't stop is the animation. You can't hate the animation. Yes, D Sizzle, Prince of Egypt is just one of my favorite. Like when it comes to almost like a biblical story, you know what I mean? Is up. I love Prince of Egypt though. It's a good movie. but but I love the animation. I love the animation. The actual stories flowed. Again, the second episode, when the War Dog was in Greece, in fighting the Trojan battles and all of that. Again, it started off slow but ended heartbreaking. As far as that, like I said, the third episode was fun. The fourth episode, tied the whole entire story together. So, and again, even with the Iron Fist, that was the use of the power and all of that. That was good. That was really good. So let me talk about what I did not like. What I did not like is this entire show is about the Hatu Zarazi, in which I completely, like the fact that they're talking about the Hatu Zarazi. There is a big gaping hole in this whole entire show, and that is there's no Black Panther whatsoever. There's none. And that is it's like reading Ages of Wakanda, but T'Challa never shows up at Ages of Wakanda. It takes completely away from the actual story, because again, the King of Wakanda is essential to the story of Black Panther. It is. It's no matter where you're at as far as the timeline of Wakanda, no matter is the first female Black Panther, it doesn't matter if it's every male Black Panther. There is a Black Panther present that gives you the orders to the Hatu Sarasi, right? which was established by T'Chaka in the first. If we're just going off of movie logic, in the first Black Panther movie, T'Chaka was the one who gave the commandments to the Hatu Sarazi, the war dogs, and in that's why the brother's descent was so painful for him. You know what I mean? And to not have that, I'm not gonna lie, that was there's a missing element in the whole entire story where we're missing a Black Panther from the history. Because if you're telling a story about the Hatu Sarazi, you can not also miss out on the fact that we do have a Black Panther giving the initial orders. And I get it. They're telling an isolated story probably after delegation, but the presence, I mean, the last episode we did get a Black Panther. You know what I mean? A Black Panther, which to me, what I seen was Nahanda as the Black Panther. That's the first female Black Panther in the comics, which Nahanda. They never mentioned her by name. So I think that was a missed opportunity for someone, especially if you're first time getting into Black Panther, to go back and learn about Nahanda, which I did a short video where I gave 5 fascinating facts about the Black Panther. So yeah, I gave that, and that would have been an interesting time to learn about her, but no, we never got that. So I think that was a letdown. That was probably the biggest letdown for me. Just no connection to a Black Panther, no knowledge of a king, no appearance of a king, no appearance of a queen besides the last episode. Yeah, I don't like that. I just don't like it. And again, we're telling isolated stories, but even in when me and Chill was going over Dr. Eve Ewing's run of Black Panther in the 616, when they went back and did a story, I think it was a T'Chanda. Yeah, T'Chanda. When he was a Black Panther, and kind of what happened with the Hatu Sarazi and all of that, and it told that story. At least we got Tahanda. I think it was Tahanda in that story. Or is it Tashanda? Well, however you pronounce, I think it's Tashanda. But however you pronounce it, I think it's Tashanda. But we still got a Black Panther. And when you tell a story about Wakanda, you tell a story about this land, you can't tell it without a Black Panther, without the King of Wakanda. You just can't. Or in this case, like Nahanda, but it's sad that we got to the last episode to be like, hey, Black Panther, here we go. So I think that was the letdown. The downright ugly is just throwing the lore out the window to create your own story. Because again, the Hatu Sarazi there's nothing wrong with, it's always been male. The Dora Milaje has always been female. That's just what it is in the land. That's just like if you took, let's say Lord of the Rings, and the writer's room was like, down with the lore is, I'm gonna just write my own shit just for this, and we're gonna change the lore. I did not like that at all. I did not like that, because it's just this is where it gets to, I can see why some people will have a problem with inclusion when it doesn't need to be. Like, having any female in the Hatu Sarazi that's not supposed to, they're not even supposed to be there, just to throw them in and say, yeah, here's a female Hatu Sarazi, just does not make sense. in the essence of the lore of Black Panther. That's just like having a male Dora Milaje. You never see it. And the Dora Milaje is badass on their own. So, and there's a reason why they have two separate entities in what Christopher Priest created for the Hatu Sarazi, and especially in T'Challa's era, led by White Wolf. And you have the Dora Milaje, led by Okoye and other people in the Dora Milaje. There's a reason for that. To not tell that reason and just do your own thing, I ain't like that. I didn't like this. Just coming from a Black Panther reader and a Black Panther fan, because you sit there, if you're a Black Panther reader of the comics, and I know this is the MCU's version, so I have to take movie logic into that, because technically they was trying to make Nakia a war dog, that she was a spy, but to me she wasn't hot. They never said that she was a war. Did they say she was a war dog? That she was Hatu Sarazi? I don't remember that. You know what I mean? I don't remember that. But to trying to change that lore when you actually are a Black Panther fan, but you understand the reason why Dora Milaje got their own thing here and the Hatu Sarazi got their own thing, and to get, intertwine one, but you wouldn't intertwine the other one. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I just don't like that. I don't like that. That's ugly to me. That's really ugly to me. And that was really the biggest. That was really, because if you look at it from the comic standpoint, you understand when they do what they do in Marvel. That's why people be like, you know what I mean? And again, that and not having a Black Panther in this story, for me, it was it. Now, like I said, animation. If it, again, this is another one that's one. If it didn't have anything to do with Black Panther lore, this would be fire. This would be fire. When you got to introduce Black Panther lore, and people who know the lore, and then you're telling your own story that is contrary or contradicts the lore. It was, and I think which was, I never understood that in that episode too, because that was no, that wasn't the Avengers Assemble TV show, right? But also the time travel element, but we had no time travel to. I think somebody put in the comments they had no time travel elements when it came to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So we could do time travel in this, but we couldn't do time travel to save T'Challa. But again, Nate Moore said that, we're going to tell the story we want to tell. He said that out of his mouth. We tell the stories we want to tell. So no matter what you think, no matter if you like it or not, this is a story that we want to tell, and we're going to tell it no matter what. And for that, all means to you. All means to you. But it's kind of almost how I felt when I was watching Superman. In the scene, spoiler warning, and when they decipher the code, the message that Joel gave, okay, so Future Adventures is a Japanese animation. Okay, I've never seen that. Hey, D Sizzle, send me where to find that at on X, so I could watch it, because I've never heard of it before. But it's kind of like that Joel, and then once you find out that the parents of Superman basically wanted to make this dude a Viltrumite, I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen it in the movies, I was like, ugh, I don't like that, because I'm so used to one portion of the lore. Put it more like that, because Superman, and this is the problem that I have with Marvel and Black Panther, and when T'Challa died, how they did not expand more of just T'Challa's lore over across of everything. Superman's lore has gone on so long that you could retell it over and over again with different elements and stuff like that. And people were okay with it because they would say, hey, hold on, wait a minute. Look at this particular comic and they did this and that. Perfectly fine, because that's why I got hit with. Because I was like, I didn't like it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, that's trying to make Superman Viltrumite. What the hell is going on here? And then when I realized, people tell me, oh, well, they did it in this, and then they did it in that. I was like, okay. I get what you guys are saying. I get it. And did it make sense for the movie overall? Yes. Yes, it made sense for the movie overall once I understood why this particular Superman is so human because of his parents. He didn't go Brightburn. Shout out to Mika G, because that's one of my favorite kid horror movies is Brightburn. Because my man could have straight went up in that. Ma Pa Kent would have been filet mignon, if you get what I'm saying. So I get that. Here, we haven't told. It's because of T'Challa and what they've done since Chadwick's death. What they've done in the comics, from the writer who shall not be named to even Dr. Evil. As much as I love her, I liked her run. I didn't love the fact that he was not the king of Wakanda. I love the fact they would have put him back in his dominance and make him the badass superhero that he is. You know, we was getting a lot of that, like when he was part of the Avengers, when Jonathan Hickman was writing them. But Dr. Eve Ewing, they was writing him. He was going on missions. He was basically Batman for Wakanda. Cool, you know what I'm saying? But not where he was and where he should be. And now we got stories from Christopher Priest that's tying in his old work that people do not like right now because everyone is sensitive about Wakanda. I mean, about T'Challa. So if they wouldn't have done what they've done to T'Challa, I probably would have enjoyed that series a lot more because I feel like T'Challa's presence, even though not seen here, would have been worth seeing. Do you know what I kind of really didn't like? You got this story about Wakanda and you showed T'Challa as in animation from What If taking off his mask, doing this, and we know is Chadwick Boseman of T'Challa. But yet you can introduce time travel in this one to set the course of what can happen in the future, you know, with T'Challa, you know, opening up the world to Wakanda, but you couldn't do anything to save him. I don't know. I got mixed feelings on that. But let me take a quick commercial break because I got to do something to try to knock this out real quick. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the road, with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know it's the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Let me hear from, I'm about to read what you guys have put in here because I guess there's a big conversation going on. Let me see. All right. Let me start. All right, here. Where Andre said would not be watching it. Mika said the animation was great. It's definitely reminded me how the new Predator show was, and the new Predator was great. I would make a good critic. It's hard not to be biased. And I agree. I'm trying to be like I said, this is another one where if there wasn't the already established lore in it, and the lack of the presence of a Black Panther, I think my feels will be a little bit different, but you know, uh the lack of Black Panther is widely felt. The Hatu was formed by T'Chaka, right? Led by Hunter. Yep. Gameface Willis, what's going on? What's good? Good morning. Are we surprised by this? They don't care. By Damon. Hold on. Mr. Some people. I'm sorry, I didn't read the comments. The War Dogs come first before the Black Panthers. The War Dogs are assigned by the Black Panther. This is an opportunity for Marvel to introduce the idea that T'Challa is being recast. They could have, they could have told a story on why the King of Wakanda sets out the War Dogs, not just to recover artifacts, you know what I'm saying, and not just to be spies, but why are they spies? You know what I mean? No T'Challa and continue to lack respect for black men. The Hatu is supposed to be all male, and Cougar will let some male Iron Fist beat up that many black women. Shout out to the folks at Digado. I won't throw too much constructive shade here. I don't think it's bad. I just don't like the. I think it's okay. This is a mixed bag for me. I like the stories. I don't like the lore because I know the lore. So I don't like the lore because it takes away from what the lore actually could be. And if we're trying to reset this thing, and we know, everything is going to be changed as far as Wakandan, we're going to be shaping this new universe after Secret Wars. Just do right by there's nothing wrong with the established lore. Why you don't have to go extra with the established lore. But Nate Moore said he's gonna do his own thing. It's up to me to say that I like it or not. You know what I'm saying? In that part, the lore, I just didn't like. Everything else I liked. I liked the animation. I liked the War Dog from the first episode, going against the lion. That was dope, and how he went to liberate people and stuff like that. That's literally was Killmonger in the future, was Lion. You know what I mean? So, which I never understood why they never introduced a leopard for Killmonger, because Killmonger had a dope leopard in the comics. Like, and this fool Deadpool tried to steal it. So I think that's what it is, So what up, She? Good morning. Like I said, the show was good. I just didn't like the lore. That's just me. They continue to disrespect our heroes. Time travel, but we can't say the child about it, She said, yep, I'm out. Okay, I'll see y'all birthday. All right, Mika. They're treating T'Challa like Captain Marvel now. I can't deny that. Ain't it funny how they kept talking about a mantle, but they refused to educate you on any other Panther prior to T'Challa. I mean, like I said, Nahima would have been, if they would have named that, I would have freaked out. Because I'm like, okay, we're connecting lore. We're connecting already established in the comics. We're not just making stuff up as we go along. Nahima is in the comics. She's the first Black Panther. Say her name. And that's what I keep talking about when people, will say, oh, why can't there's a female Black Panther? There have been. There's Nahima and then Shuri. You know what I'm saying? Nahima was mentioned. You know what I mean? You had, a few issues of Shuri being Black Panther after the exile of T'Challa. But then we go back to status quo because the story is about T'Challa. That's what the story is about. The comic is about T'Challa. This is like if we would have watched that Superman movie, Superman gets killed at the beginning of the movie, and we got Supergirl for the rest of the movie. Then it's just Supergirl for the remainder of the thing. Like, no, that's not how it works. And I don't see why anything is wrong with it. But to have Nahima, to have a female Black Panther and never go into Nahima's story, which Nahima never did any time travel, and she's, an integral part of the King of the Dead storyline. But as far as being abused with all the knowledge of every Black Panther, which maybe we'll get that. But to not acknowledge Naima, she's right. It's right there. Just say her name. And that would have been dope to say, man, Naima came back in the past to set the events up for the first Black Panther movie. That would have been dope. But, yeah, erasing T'Challa from every iteration and then trying to build off Wakandan lore I do agree with that because it's incomplete without the King of Wakanda. Without T'Challa, it's incomplete. So basically, not only is T'Challa going to prepare, no Black Panther is. They have the Black Panther. It's called the Last Black Panther, and it was a female Black Panther, which I believe is Naima, because there's only been in the history of Black Panther, there's only been 2 female Black Panthers, Naima and Shuri. That's it. Everybody else has been male. And this goes back to Black Panther 100 million BC all the way up. I think I think if you want to have just something to watch and it's niche, like the animation, I'm not gonna lie, it's fire. The animation, the music, the stories are good. If I could separate myself from being knowledgeable about Black Panther, the history of Black Panther, in this show. But it's hard for me to separate them. I'm just being honest. It's hard for me to separate the two. Said, me personally, I'm done with Marvel. Is she exactly? Ryan Kluger said he don't give a damn about your Black Panther or his comics lore. He's just doing as he wishes. He's not respecting the source material at all. No Black Panther, no Blue Marvel. The pattern to erase Black masculinity, Black men in general, is very apparent. This show could have been an opportunity to show good faith with the king and continue to tap dance around T'Challa. Making it up as they go is basically expensive, fanatic at this point. Cougar's the problem. Disney in its history have ever made a film about a black male lead. It was nice to see Black people in animation, though. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice seeing that. Ring of Power is a perfect comp to Eliza Wakanda. There actually were male during in the. Oh, okay, we already did that. Rumors are circulated about Black Panther 3. They're tight-lipped about what direction they're going. In order for us to love Wakanda, we must love T'Challa. Nate Moore, disgraced former executive producer. Filming beginning in 2027. Okay. Let me try to get to some McGow. Now Nate Moore don't have a job no more. So how is telling his story we want to tell worked out for the MCU box office? They should be telling stories the audience wants to hear, not something they want to tell. Let me see. They turned Superman into Dragon Ball. What up, Dane C? They don't care about Blade. They don't care about Black Panther. Isn't it funny? The world is more concerned with the idea of Black Panther than they are with Superman and alien that looks like a white man. All right. Let me see. It's like they're doing. Hold on. It's like they're doing everything they can to separate the Black Panther, separate the Black Panther from Wakanda lore. That's kind of what I was feeling. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of what I was feeling. That while I'm watching this, have no mention of the King of Wakanda. Is especially when you're dealing with the military. Oh my God. The Black Panther is all it in. This is just me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I like that episode with the Iron Fist, there's no way in hell that any Black Panther would know that there is an intruder in there, and the Black Panther being I think this is why I have a problem. When I know that the Black Panther is the protector of Wakanda, even though if he has a Hatu Sarazi, even though he has a Dora Milaje, it don't matter whatsoever. He's coming in there to beat the brakes off for anybody who is coming to infiltrate his infiltrate his place. It's not gonna be a training exercise, nothing. He gonna find out, he gonna be there. Ask Deadpool. I asked Depp, man, there's so many comics of people trying to infiltrate Wakanda, and Black Panther beating the brakes off of them. That's one of my favorite just short runs, Deadpool versus Black Panther, because it actually tells you how T'Challa operates. If T'Challa operates like that, I know damn well the other Black Panther operate like that, and they don't play about infiltrating Wakanda. Because the King does not play. Matter of fact, Avengers, I think Marvel's Avengers Assemble, the cartoon, where you're introduced finally when they start talking about Panther's Rage, that they actually adopted to the small screen, to that cartoon. T'Challa didn't play in that either. Why are y'all? I think that's what I'm saying. Why are y'all playing with the Black Panthers like that? Now, I do understand that, but when there's a lack, when you don't establish the king, when you don't establish the king and the king's lineage and the way that the thing is supposed to go at the beginning, you're gonna run into this problem, and that's the problem that this show has. They haven't done enough to establish the kingship of Wakanda besides what they mentioned in Civil War and Black Panther 1. They haven't done enough to get to a story where I care about characters that I'm gonna never see again. And that's the thing. This is just like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones established everything in Game of Thrones lore that they could possibly adapt to the television screen before they did House of the Dragon. You don't go to season 2 of Lord of the Rings and then they introduce House of the Dragon. No, they went they went through as much as they can and then went backwards and introduced lore. What has Marvel done to get me invested in people not named T'Challa? That's all I'm asking. They have done nothing. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care, because you haven't invested enough in the main character to make me care about the Hatu Sarazi and what they're doing to recover artifacts. I don't care. You have to establish the main character first before we do anything. That's like you introduce Batman for the very first time. In the second movie, we got a whole movie about Alfred. I don't care. We're supposed to be dealing with Bruce Wayne and Batman. They didn't have the adventures of Alfred, the butler, after that. No. Or Commissioner Gordon. They didn't make that story. They did so much Batman that you know about Batman before they start doing extra characters. Before we got Penguin and Joker, in Gotham. Y'all remember Gotham? Even though Bruce Wayne was a kid, they still had Bruce Wayne and a Joker. But they still was talking about other characters, Catwoman and all of that. But you still established the main character first, no matter who played him. Marvel hasn't earned enough for me to be like, that's who I'm investing in. Okay, I'll be investing in these characters. These characters are never going to come back. So, and you didn't even give me the lore of the other Black Panthers and why he felt it was important. At least have the king on the throne. Like, I got to be able to stop Lion, because Lion is da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's why I need you to go do it. Not Adora Milaje, the king. My personal thoughts. Yeah, if it was an Elseworld story, it'd be cool. But since it's tied directly into Black Panther 1, yeah. And it feels like they tried to do the same thing with Nakia too. So Nahanda, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. And the only reason why I don't care is because what you see on screen, did they even say her name? I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. Ooh, try not to cuss. They didn't even say her name. So It doesn't matter if I mispronounce it or not. They didn't say her name. So, I don't even care. So, but they're not doing this lore world building without any title character. No Asgard stuff without Thor. Bose Hell's Kitchen without Daredevil. No space without the Guardians. No respect for black characters. Haramu. I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce nobody's name. They can keep Wakanda. I did want no more Google associated projects. They need to bring back T'Challa. If Superman could be in the theaters and TV around the same time, why can't T'Challa? Dr. Doom protects Liberia at all costs, but the Black Panther, a king of his country, isn't allowed to. Panther's Quest. I said Panther's Reign, but it was Panther's Quest. Let me see. J Love, what's up? Hi, I've been listening to you for a while. Your commercial breaks are amazing. Appreciate it. I can admit it. Brandon Flowers, what's going on? He said, yeah, T'Challa was lethal and violent in the comics. T'Challa don't play in the comics. Roberta, with the $10 super chat, I'm not going to watch it. Mango tea for you, onions, sweet pepper, sauteed in your food to fight information. Don't make auntie get my house shoes out. I got you. Thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and make sure that I hook you up. You already know I got you.
Gang bang, gang bang, gang bang. You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat. Gang bang,
gang bang. Thank you so very much. I need Feige and friends singing It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday after Secret Wars. I appreciate that. This is wild. Dre, the black masculine man is a threat to the power structure in and outside fiction. It is. And I'm just seeing it for myself. It is kind of heartbreaking. Really, I'm not gonna lie. A piece of me not seeing the lore the way it should be is heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie. It's very heartbreaking. Once again, this is why we need our own comic book TV shows and movies. We do. We have them. We gotta watch them. And they also have to be able to cater to the audience in a way where it's not disrespecting our intelligence. There's books. There's plenty of independent comics that's out there. There's plenty of independent television out there. Are you willing to watch it when nobody else is? That's the question. Robin D with the $20 super chat. Thanks so very much. Just started watching it. Finished it today. Based on your review, I'm not excited. That's because I know the lore. People who don't know the lore is gonna love this because Mika G loves this. She doesn't know the lore. It's hard for me because I know it and it's tugging at my heartstrings because there's so many beautiful elements in it. It's like a beautiful mess. That's what I look at it as. It's a beautiful mess. And because Robert D hooked me up, I got to hook her up. Let's go.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
Thank you so very much, Robert D. And one reason is why what I felt, in my opinion, everything were alternate MCU stories. Nothing outside of that, I don't know. Decades of what if comic exactly. Make sure you get the likes up. Someone needs to do a legitimate world building timeline for Wakanda. There's rich history that continues to be ignored. Don't entrust it to Marvel. MJ, I really appreciate that comment. And yes, I do agree with you because there's plenty of stuff from the comics that could have just pulled and put on. And that's what I think I think I'm also kind of disappointed because there is a lot of stuff that's from the comics they could have pulled. And they just refuse to because they want to do what they want to do. This is why Sinners did what it did. Exactly. I got to go back and listen. When did you call in? Oh, okay. Okay, that's not for me. All right. Let me see. I'm about to wrap this up. Hold on. God, I'm pushing the wrong thing. That's what tickles me. We need our own. There is our own. Are we watching, buying, and supporting? Exactly. They expect us to take not N-word bird. And Wonder Man, a series project. Sam gets his ass kicked. And Wonder Man is a comedy mockery show. Where's Blade, War Machine, Blade, Patriot, T'Challa? It to me, and this is gonna be my last thing because I gotta wrap this up. To me, they created this lore for people who don't know anything about the Black Panther comics and for a new audience. And whether I agree with that or not, that's who they made it for. They did not make this for Black Panther fans. They made this for a new audience. Even though this is TV-14 and there is a little blood and stuff in here, I believe they made this for a younger audience who are not going to pick up the comics. They're not going to read nothing whatsoever, and they're just going to go right off television lore and movie lore, and that's going to be their established lore for Black Panther, which is going to clash with people who actually read the comics. So, yeah, exactly. But you already know what it's time for.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
You already know I got to wrap it up. I got to get up out of here. But thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Hopefully my voice can come back later on tonight when we do Blurred AF. We're going to talk about weapons. We're going to talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man is filming now. Blade got introduced 6 years ago. Don't let me get started. But I can't wait for weapons, though. I'm excited about weapons. We might talk a little bit more about Eyes of Wakanda later on. Give more thoughts. Give Mika G her thoughts, because I would love to hear her side. But you guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. What did you think about the show? If you've seen it, put spoilers down. Tell me what you guys think about the animation, everything. Just put it in the comment section below and let me know what you think. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your money. I'll see you later on for Blurred AF. Where's my outro at? You already know. I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.